Ancient Egypt is known for its mysteries, but few are as fascinating as the story of Tutankhamun, the boy pharaoh. Born in 1341 BC, Tutankhamun ascended to the throne at a very young age. His reign was short but crucial, marked by important religious and political decisions. Despite passing away at 19, his figure became iconic, representing the power and culture of the new kingdom of Egypt. Tutankhamun is also one of the most studied and well-known names, both by experts and the general public. In 1922, his tomb was discovered by archaeologist Howard Carter in the Valley of the Kings. This discovery was revolutionary, as the tomb was nearly intact, which was a rare occurrence in Egyptian excavations. Inside the tomb, over 5,000 artifacts were found, including gold masks, jewelry, musical instruments, and even everyday items like sandals and food. The opening of the tomb also sparked rumors of a curse. Multiple deaths of people involved in the expedition led to supernatural theories, which gained traction in the media of the time. But what is the truth behind the famous Tutankhamun curse? Did the ancient pharaoh really protect his tomb until today? Find out now on Boundless Mystery. The story of Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun was born in 1341 BC during the New Kingdom of Egypt, a period of great prosperity and cultural development. He was the son of Pharaoh Akhenaten, known for attempting to revolutionize Egyptian religion by instituting the monotheistic worship of Aten, the sun disk god. Tutankhamun became pharaoh around the age of 9, one of the youngest rulers in Egyptian history. His reign occurred in a politically and religiously turbulent context, a legacy of the changes his father, Akhenaten, had introduced. The pharaoh passed away around the age of 19. The causes of his death are still debated, with theories ranging from diseases like malaria to injuries from an accident, possibly a chariot fall. Despite his short life, his name entered history as a symbol of ancient Egypt due to the wealth found in his tomb. Major achievements. During his father's reign, the capital was moved to Amarna, where the worship of Aten was centralized. However, Tutankhamun moved the capital back to Thebes, restoring Egypt's traditional order. Tutankhamun was responsible for reinstating the worship of Ammonius, one of the most important gods in the Egyptian pantheon, after his father's attempt at monotheism. This decision helped re-establish devotion to the traditional gods, pacifying the priests and restoring spiritual and political harmony in Egypt. Despite his short life, Tutankhamun was buried with honors befitting his importance. However, no one could have predicted that centuries later, the discovery of his tomb would bring one of history's greatest mysteries to light. Discovery of the tomb. Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered on November 4, 1922, marking one of the most important moments in modern archaeology. The discovery was led by British archaeologist Howard Carter, who dedicated years of his life to studying and exploring Egypt. The project was funded by British aristocrat Lord Carnarvon, whose contribution enabled large-scale excavations in the Valley of the Kings. The tomb was found in the Valley of the Kings, a region famous for housing the tombs of many ancient Egyptian pharaohs. Unlike many tombs that had been looted over the centuries, Tutankhamun's tomb was nearly intact. The well-preserved state was attributed to the discreet location of the tomb's entrance, which had been buried by debris from previous excavations. Over 5,000 artifacts were discovered within the tomb, an unprecedented amount for a burial of that era. Death mask, made of solid gold, it's one of the most famous symbols of ancient Egypt. Golden coffins, 3 sarcophagi that enclosed the pharaoh's mummy, with the last one made of solid gold. Furniture and thrones, including richly decorated chairs and thrones adorned with gold and precious stones. Musical instruments, harps and other objects indicating the importance of music in Egyptian culture. Personal items, sandals, clothing, jewelry, and even food and wine, prepared to accompany the pharaoh in the afterlife. Weapons and tools, bows, arrows, and an iron dagger, possibly made from meteorite material. Although the discovery was a milestone for archaeology, the opening of the tomb brought more than just treasures. It also triggered rumors of a supposed curse that would claim the lives of many. The Curse of Tutankhamun. Reports and mysterious deaths. The death of Lord Carnarvon. Who he was, Lord Carnarvon, the financier of the archaeological expedition, was one of the first victims linked to the supposed curse. Circumstances of death. He died on April 5, 1923, just a few months after the tomb was opened. The official cause was pneumonia aggravated by an infection following a cut on his face, but many associated his death with the tomb's desecration. Curious detail. It is said that at the moment of his death, all the lights in his house in Cairo mysteriously went out. Other deaths linked to the curse. Herbert, Lord Carnarvon's brother, died about 5 months later, also involved in the excavations. Archibald Douglas Reed, the doctor responsible for performing X-rays on the mummy, died shortly after his work. Arthur Mace, one of the individuals involved in the tomb's opening, he passed away under mysterious circumstances. Richard Bethel, secretary to Howard Carter, he was found dead in 1929. After his death, both his father and wife committed suicide. Other notable cases. The director of the Metropolitan Museum of Art suffered a heart attack. George Benedito, an Egyptologist, died in an accident in the Valley of the Kings. Dramatic cases and sensationalism. The deaths of figures related to the tomb's discovery, including accidents and suicides, fueled the notion of a curse. Newspapers of the time reported over 30 deaths linked to the curse, amplifying the atmosphere of fear and mystery. The popularization of the curse. Contributions from authors like Arthur Conan Doyle. Who he was, the author of Sherlock Holmes helped popularize the idea of the curse. Controversial statements. Conan Doyle suggested that ancient Egyptian priests could have cast spells to protect the tomb, feeding spiritual and mystical theories. Sensational headlines of the time. British and American newspapers. Alarmist headlines tied each new death to the pharaoh's revenge, creating panic and public curiosity. The pharaoh's curse claims another victim. Tutankhamun, the avenging pharaoh. Stories about the curse inspired books, films, and documentaries, cementing the legend as part of popular culture. But what would explain so many deaths in such a short period? Was it truly a curse, or is there a scientific explanation for the phenomenon? Let's explore the evidence in the next segment. Scientific explanations. The Aspergillus fungus theory. The pathogen and its presence in the tomb. Fungus identification. Aspergillus is a type of fungus that can produce highly toxic spores, especially in enclosed, humid environments like ancient tombs. How it works. When inhaled, the spores can cause severe lung infections, known as aspergillosis, which can be fatal for people with weakened immune systems. Presence in Tutankhamun's tomb. Samples taken from the tomb showed evidence of fungus, indicating that the explorers might have been exposed to a high concentration of these pathogens. Possible effects. Fever, breathing difficulty, and widespread infections, symptoms similar to those reported in some of the deaths linked to the curse. Similar cases in other tombs. The tomb of Polish King Casimir IV, 1973. During the opening of his tomb, 12 scientists involved in the expedition died under mysterious circumstances. Subsequent analyses found the same Aspergillus fungus on the artifacts, strengthening the theory that exposure to the fungus could be the cause of many of the deaths. Other archaeological discoveries. Tombs in Chile and Croatia also showed high levels of similar pathogens, suggesting that this phenomenon is not exclusive to Egypt. Counterpoints. Howard Carter and other survivors. Carter's long life. Howard Carter, the very man responsible for discovering the tomb, lived until 1939, passing away at the age of 64, almost 17 years after the tomb was opened. His longevity raises doubts about the generalization of the fungus theory or the curse. Survival of other participants. Many other members of the team, including Egyptian workers, lived for decades after the expedition, without reporting any major health issues. Other possible explanations. Coincidences. The deaths could have been random events not directly connected to the opening of the tomb. Pre-existing health conditions. Some of the victims may have succumbed due to pre-existing illnesses that were exacerbated by exposure to the fungi or the extreme conditions in Egypt. Although science offers plausible explanations, the fascination and mystery surrounding the curse of Tutankhamun continue to captivate the world. Could it be a combination of facts and coincidences, or is there something truly supernatural at play? What do you believe? The story of Tutankhamun and his curse continues to capture the imagination of people around the world. Even with scientific explanations, the mysticism surrounding ancient Egypt, with its beliefs in spells and the afterlife, keeps the narrative alive and intriguing. On one hand, we have scientific evidence, such as the presence of the Aspergillus fungus and the health conditions of the time, which offer rational explanations. On the other hand, the aura of mystery and the spiritual connection the ancient Egyptians had with their dead continue to fuel supernatural theories. This blend of science and mysticism is what makes the story of the curse of Tutankhamun so unique. It represents the clash between modern knowledge and ancient beliefs. And now, we want to hear your opinion. What do you think about the curse of Tutankhamun? Do you believe there's something supernatural behind all these mysterious deaths, or do you think science explains it all? Leave your comment and join the discussion. Don't forget to like the video, share it with friends who also love mystery stories, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. We're always ready to explore the unknown with you.